Hello everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales, and I'm on my channel right now to appeal for urgent help because of the abuse that I'm going through here in Campbelltown, New South Wales. So I put up a couple of posts this morning to protect myself from the neighbours, because as soon as I woke up this morning, there were neighbours trying to put me through abuse, and these people stalk me so aggressively that they sit there and wait for the second that this implant that's been implanted in my body tells these people when I go from sleeping to waking up. So it's a monitor, and they sit there and they wait for that second when I wake up, and then they start carrying out abuse immediately. These people are also viewing illegally into my bedroom and my bathroom and my living areas. So this is why I need urgent help, and this is the New South Wales justice system that are behind this. Corrupt members of the New South Wales justice system and corrupt members of the New South Wales health system, who have bribed my landlord, who is St George Community Housing, to put these cameras in my home. The reason that I have this implant is because of corrupt members of the health system that are involved in this abuse. So what's happening here is that there are people trying to abuse me to death, and these people all work together, and they're able to do that because of the cameras that are in my home and the implant that tells them, that monitors my movements, my heartbeat and other vital signs. They're also viewing my devices illegally. These people can see everywhere I go, everything I do on my phone. They can see everything I do on my laptop, and they can also track my vehicle. They can actually view into my vehicle and watch me as I drive. And then when I walk around the shopping centre or wherever I am at the time, they can see where I am because of this monitor. So this is what is happening to me. And so far today, when I first woke up this morning, I got up and I went to the bathroom, and there was a neighbour underneath my window trying to create noise, just to either cause me fear, because of the fact that I'm being stalked by these people, or they were just trying to provoke me. So they're trying to cause me a health episode. This is what they're trying to do. These people work together, they stalk me, and they're trying to cause me to have either a mental health episode or a physical health episode. And this is so that they can set it up with the corrupt Campbelltown police and the corrupt ambulance drivers at the Campbelltown hospital, who are a part of this organised crime ring, who they're on standby, waiting for something to happen to me so that they can come in and help these people cover up their crime. And they're trying to abuse me as a group so it doesn't look like one person. They're just trying to cause me so much stress and put me through so much heartbreak and suffering that I give up on my life, or I have a health episode, and they watch my heartbeat as they carry out abuse. And that is because they're trying to cause me to have a heart attack or a stroke or something like that. So the health system, corrupt members of the health system, are also holding back vital information from me about my health. And I need to know what that is so that I can go and get some treatment for those conditions. But they're holding back that information deliberately because they want those conditions to get worse. I was just stalked on the road when I left the house, and these people stalk me on the road to deliberately cause me distractions. They're trying to cause me distractions because they're trying to cause me to have an accident, or they're trying to just cause me stress on the road so that I have a fit of rage. They just try and create as many challenges on the road as they possibly can. And from the second I drive out my driveway until the second I get home, I'm being stalked by these people. they're watching where I am, and they're coming towards me when I leave the house, and they're playing this like a game. These people are sitting there in their homes playing this like a game. And there must be some kind of prize in it for whoever causes that health episode, or whoever causes my death, or whoever causes me to give up on life. They're all trying to do this because they all want lump sums of money. That's why they're doing this. They're also, the ones that are still involved, they have been involved in this and they have done so much. They are also the cruelest and most ruthless people that are still involved, and they're people, they've done they've committed very serious crimes, and that's one of the reasons right now that they are so hell-bent on trying to cause me that health episode or cause my death. And that's because their life is dependent on it. Their whole lives, and some of them, their careers, their reputations, is reliant on me dying. So, second I left the house, I was stalked by people on the road from every direction. These people's, the abuse that they create is that they create that abuse because they're viewing into my home illegally, and they get ideas out of watching me in my home of how to put me through psychological abuse. So some of them are putting me through psychological abuse on the road, and then some of them are just trying to cause challenges, delays. And so I've had people try and cause me accidents several times. So I was just stalked on the road just then. And anything I mentioned in my home at all, these people take notes. These abusive people are all viewing into my home illegally, and anything I say, they get ideas and they write it down, and then they carry out the abuse when I leave the house. I've never seen anything so stupid, childish and pointless in my life as some of the things these people do. But anyway, you can tell they're desperate. They're absolutely desperate right now, and that is because the truth is out. The truth's already out about what these people have done, and they try and cause me doubt about that. They try and affect my self-esteem, and they try to cause me to doubt myself about what I know. They're trying to make me look delusional, because of course I'm going to look delusional if I go around saying that the whole world's against me and there's people stalking me everywhere I go. But the thing is, there is around 630 videos on this channel right now to prove that what I'm saying is true. And, every time I have to add to that, it just solidifies what I'm saying more. So, the truth is already out there about what these people have done, but they're just acting out of desperation. And, the fact that these people are so desperate and they're cruel and ruthless, this makes them dangerous. And this is why I need urgent help right now, because yes, the people that are still involved are dangerous people. They're not thinking right, because they're obviously paranoid and frightened about what's about to happen to them because the truth is out. So on the way to the shopping centre this morning, there was one person who created pollution deliberately. That person was driving recklessly, zigzagging in and out of traffic, no indicator, and they were deliberately creating pollution, and that person turned off into the Campbelltown Public Hospital, which doesn't surprise me because there are staff at the Campbelltown Public Hospital who have been involved in the cover-up, who put me through 5.5 weeks of cruel psychological torture, and they don't want to be caught for what they've done. So they are just doing anything right now to try and throw my life off balance. They send stalkers out after me when I leave the home. This has been happening since that incident happened. back in March 2024. So there was, that person was causing pollution on purpose. And when I got to the shopping centre, there was also people that, this happens every time I go out, there'll be people that try and get close to me and they absolutely reek of aftershave. And this is because when I was at the Campbelltown Public Hospital, they were using the strong odour of aftershave to try and affect my breathing. And it was because one of the male nurses there had come into my room one day, and it was to take my blood pressure. And when he did that, his aftershave was so strong that it was so overpowering. And I thought to myself, you know, no one should be wearing that in a hospital. But he did that deliberately. He was doing it to deliberately affect my breathing. And he was also inappropriate in the way that he spoke to me. So when I go out, they send people towards me with this really strong aftershave just to try and remind me of the horror that I went through at the Campbelltown Public Hospital. And it was also, they also get people to repeat the words that were used at the hospital by those very abusive male nurses. So that's what they did today. And that's because I talked about the Campbelltown Public Hospital on the last video that I made. So this is what they do. If I mention these people on a video, or if I mention them in my house, they take notes and they think, right, next time she goes out, we're going to use that. Because obviously that's triggering her at the moment. So let's abuse her more in relation to that. So that's what they did just then. They had people with very strong aftershave, and it was at the same time as another person was trying to trigger me with these words that they were using, that those abusive males used. So those male nurses. So there was also ambulance drivers that stalked me. They stalked me 3 times at the lights, and it was at a major intersection, and 3 times. There was 2 ambulance drivers that were driving towards me as I was stopped at the lights. They put their siren on as they passed through the intersection. They often do this, and this is because there's been ambulance drivers involved in this cover-up. They're a part of this undercover crime ring, and they are obviously very desperate right now to stop the truth coming out about them. But they stalked me at the lights, and they put their sirens on just to, you know, I don't know really what it's supposed to do. I think it's supposed to stress me out, and that they just let me know that they're stalking me. And, you know, they can say, you know, oh, she's paranoid. We didn't do that. We're on our way somewhere. But no. These ambulance drivers stalk me often, and they're doing that because they were involved in the setup where I was taken to the Campbelltown Public Hospital and set up. So there's been 4 ambulance drivers that's been involved in setups that I have experienced since February 2024 that I know of. So that's why they're doing that. And then on the way home, they stalked me again. And it was at the same intersection. So that happened. Then at the shopping centre, stalkers from every single direction. When I got to the shopping centre, just about every person that comes into my vision all round is a stalker. And they're all there to carry out some kind of psychological abuse. It's usually cruel, or it's based on lookalikes that I have mentioned in my home. Abusers. If I've mentioned abusers in my home, or if I mention abusers, for instance, one of those lookalikes was a lookalike of the ambulance driver that stalked me at the lights. So this is what they do, okay? They heard me say in my car, they would have heard the ambulances stalking me on the way. So, then I said something about that, you know. I think I just said to myself, oh, those ambulance drivers, they must be pretty worried, you know, there they go stalking me again. And then when I got, of course I said that, when I got to the shopping centre, there was a stalker there that looked just like one of those ambulance drivers, and this person has very distinguishing features, like that set them apart from other people. So that's how I know that that was that person, or they were meant to be that person. Then there was also lookalikes of abusers from my family, and that's because I talk about my abusive family who are viewing into my home illegally and stalking me, who have stolen my life from me. One of the people that have stolen my life from me is the woman that actually told me that she was my mother my whole life, but she's not. And they had lookalikes of her there as well. And this is what they do. Anybody I talk about, they'll send lookalikes of them towards me, and they just try and trigger me with all different kinds of cruel abuse, based on the experiences I've been through over the past 22 months, or throughout my whole life, really, because these people, they know more about my health conditions than me. So that's what happened at the shopping centre. This shopping centre, they're also involved in the abuse. I mentioned people's names in my home this morning, and they were carrying out abuse based on that. And then when I left the shopping centre, they've done this on several occasions. Sometimes they will delay the boom gate being lifted when I get to the exit. That's happened on several occasions. They do that just to try and cause me panic, to try and cause me anger. So that happened, and it's not the first time. And then the neighbours around here, they put props up around the building. They'll throw rubbish out the front and things like that, of props, like items that are meant to cause me psychological abuse. So that happens all the time too. So they take notes. They do, these neighbours, and these neighbours, they do absolutely nothing else. The ones that are involved, they do nothing else but stalk me and try and find ways to harm me. And this is why I need urgent help. I also need urgent help because they're viewing into my bathroom, and I'm having to hold up a curtain. So this is the main reason I need urgent help right now. And because, like I said, these people are dangerous, they're desperate. So they're likely to do anything. This woman downstairs, she is more than obsessed with stalking me. There's a lot of people that are obsessed. They're just obsessed with causing me harm because they know they're about to be caught. And you know what people do when they're desperate and they are in fear, they can do anything. They're capable of anything, especially when this woman has sent gas into my home on several occasions through her rigged range hood. This landlord is desperate to take my life. He's constantly sending people around the building to carry out psychological abuse. St George Community Housing. And then the Campbelltown police, they've been stalking me for the past 24 hours just to try and encourage the community to put me through abuse. So that's what just happened when I went out, and right now I need urgent help. So if there's anyone out there that can help me, that's another reason too, because I say I need urgent help. That's a psychological abuse thing with those ambulance drivers. That's why they drive past with their siren on, as if to make a mockery out of the fact that I'm being abused by so many people and bullied, and they just add to it. So they're absolute cowards, and if anyone out there that can help me to raise public awareness of this, please help me, because my life's in danger right now. And my email will be in the description box of this video. I'm being ridiculed and put through some of the most humiliating demeaning abuse that you can possibly imagine. So thank you if you've listened to this video, and if my family members are listening to this, you need to give back my life immediately, because you're a part of this setup and you are the main reason that this is happening to me. Give what you stole back to me and my grandchildren. Thanks again for listening.